You're good to go.
Okay, perfect. All right, hello everyone. My name is Tariana Development. I interned this summer with the development team over on Milk Street. I would like to start off by thanking everyone. Thank you to the VPI office for hosting me this summer. Wouldn't have been here without you all and your hard work, so thank you so much, Gary and Lise. I'd like to thank the development staff for having me this summer. And then I'd like to thank the interns, you guys. Thank you all so much for all your hard work and for being here today and for watching this video. Before I dive into my internship, little GOT humor for you, I'd like to ask you all a question. How many of you have worked in a nonprofit setting and thought to yourself, wow, I could really use some more funds? And a follow-up question is, if you had those funds, what would you do with them? Would you maybe get newer technology, more supplies for programs, uniforms that don't look like they were passed down through 5 generations of people? For those who've experienced this, you're familiar with a nonprofit seemingly never having enough money. That's where my team comes in. Here at the aquarium, ticket sales account for about 50% of the total revenue, and the development office makes up the other 50%. Which brings me to my next point. What exactly is development? Excuse me. Okay, so, well, first off, development is not web development. It's not land development, and it's definitely not child development for any psychology people out there. Development, in a nutshell, is actually responsible for acquiring the funds to help keep the aquarium going. Whether those funds go towards operating costs, feeding Myrtle maybe, ACCOL research projects, we receive funding from a variety of sources, which are these 5 teams right here: donor relations, institutional giving, membership, individual giving, and development operations are all under the development team. And then each team actually focuses on a specific source of funding. So for example, government grants and corporate sponsorships are under institutional giving, whereas private donations are under individual giving. These 3 teams here in bolded are actually the ones I rotated through in my time here. All right, now that you have a general sense of what development is, I'm going to give an overview of some of the projects I was able to work on this summer. For Fish Fun and Fright, our annual Halloween event, I created a comprehensive sponsorship level. I acquired in-kind donations to help offset the cost of the event. In-kind donations are just donations that are not monetary. So candy, for example. I worked Corporate Appreciation Night, a night where guests were invited after hours after the aquarium closed as our way of thanking their companies for supporting us. For those who don't know, some of our corporate sponsors are companies like Irving Oil, which is actually located up in Canada, a couple of different universities around the area. We have a ton of different corporate sponsorships. I also worked the Tide Cruise, which was a networking event for young professionals interested in ocean stewardship. And I found creative ways to market for that event, which is really cool. As you know, when marketing through social media, there's so much noise that sometimes your message gets lost in all of that. So instead of posting on Instagram or Facebook repeatedly about the event, I reached out to local graduate schools that had majors in marine biology or maybe environmental sciences, and I reached out to the department heads and I let them know that this event was going on. That way they could reach out to their students who would be interested in this event, since they are our target demographic. And here are just a few more projects I was able to work on this summer, ranging from ACCOL research to membership acquisition. And lastly, my favorite project, I created from scratch a comprehensive guide to best practices when writing a proposal, which will be distributed internally into our external partners as well. And this is actually a brief image of what it looks like. So I worked on this with Elizabeth Stevenson over at ACCOL, and this could potentially be sent out to those who haven't maybe never written a proposal before, and they need some funding for maybe a research project, a program, you know, different options. So that was definitely my favorite project this summer. And my takeaway from this internship: So fundraising and development isn't just schmoozing donors for big checks. It's helping in advancing the institution and supporting the aquarium's mission of protecting the blue planet. With this internship, I've had the opportunity to play the role of different roles. I've played PR, marketer, event planner, data analyst, just to name a few. And with that, I've been able to work with a wide range of departments across the aquarium, which was really cool because you all are doing such awesome things. So thank you again, and congrats everyone on a great summer internship.